Welcome. Right, I'm bobbing off this chat.
Sure. I'm watching Le Mans highlights anyway. Sure. I'm watching.
3 of you. Sound off. Can you sound off? You can sound off on Facebook. You can sound off in the YouTube chat if you can do it. Steve Quinlan with a picture of his favourite wrestler. What a cheese ball. What a cheese ball. Well, here we go. See if we can break the record. Evening to 5 of you cheese balls that are on now. So I'm guessing it's probably admin, me mum, probably me dad. I dare say Teddy's on there somewhere because he can't get enough of me. Ditch won't be there yet because he's always late. Poor timekeeping. Ditch won't be there yet because he's always late. Poor timekeeping. Ha! Tangerine Tart's pitched up. About time. Thanks for coming. 7 minutes late. Ha! Tangerine Tart's pitched up. About time. Thanks for coming. 7 minutes late. Evening to 9. DDIY is Rob Daniels. Who's Rob Daniels? If you're talking about Bob Spaniels, DDIY is Bob Spaniels, so much better on the mic than you. DDIY is is that you saying that he is? Because I think that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to be wrong. Bob Spaniels couldn't talk his way out of a paper bag. It's a known fact. It's not got out there yet because they didn't put it out because I'd make him look stupid. But I've basically co-commentated on a couple of the match with that Joker, and talked to him under the table. But you won't hear that. You won't get that because someone's too scared to put it out. So to answer your question, Bob Spaniels, well, he isn't. Right, Ditch. Where have you been? I have been waiting for our fight. The wall hurt you or something. See, slander again. Ditch has got this fantasy in his head that I injured myself by falling over a wall, which is absolute tosh. It's fact, and it's well documented that I got jumped by at least 37 henchmen of a dictator after leaving Gainsborough, a dictator that I overthrew back in the Middle East. Obviously, he's got a bit of sour grapes about it because I took his whole regime out single-handed, and he sent his henchmen out to deal with me, and I hospitalised all of them. Well, since you two pitched up, I've lost 3 watches, so... Where have I been? Well, I've been relocating. I've been on the injured list. Because of that, because I had that many people knowing my whereabouts, I've had to relocate my base of operations. And I've ended up in new digs, for one. Second, it turned out when they mentioned, even though I hospitalised them all, they bust my wrists pretty good, so that's cost me a little bit of time to recover. I wanted to get straight back on it, but medic said no. It's longevity is key. Longevity is key, and I know for a fact, 5. I know for a fact that the public would be gutted if I was only here for a short time. So I'm thinking of everybody but myself. Five people, like they've got something better to do, like they've come on and gone, oh, I've just remembered you ain't got nothing better to do. Top Gear's crap anyway. Bob Spaniels. Oh, DDI, I heard you've been talking trash about me. Would you like to hear your grievances on my new blog that will be going live tonight? What does that involve me doing? More work for you? Is that what that is? That sounds like me doing more work for you, like when you got me into co-commentate with you twice. So what do you want me to do? Write on your blog for you? I'll tell you what, do that. I'll come round, write on your blog, I'll wipe your backside, and then while I'm at it, I'll shove a broom up my arse and brush your front room for you, yeah? So, do you want me to ring announce as well? At least I'll get the places right where people are from. Anything coming in on Facebook? Got all the drongos on YouTube. Rob Daniels, a small interview and tell people about your arse sweeping skills. I'll do a small interview with you, because you're small fry. I'll do a big interview. I'm probably one of the biggest interviews there is, but if you can only handle a small interview, that's fine. And I've just told people about my arse sweeping skills. Shove a brush up there and do your living room for you, so you want me to do everything else. Yes, Bob, you can have your interview. You might as well do it. You might as well get it. Because I know certain people at FFW are too scared to stick me behind a camera and ask me questions because they're scared of what I might say and what truths might come out. It's red hot in here. Details will be forthcoming. Well, take your time, mate. I hate for you to bust a nut. Rob Daniels. It's Bob. Welcome to people that have just joined, or if you've gone away and come back and realised that you have got nothing better to do, because this will be the highlight of your whole weekend. You might as well get a question asked as well while you're at it. Facebook's pretty dead. You can also Skype me if you want. Skype name is big_Dave_UK. If you want to come online and talk to me face to face, if you've got the cheese balls, so to speak, then by all means use that platform as well. I've got nothing to hide. Ditch has got a question. When did you and Dylan become a couple? Mr. Preston, there's no one left after Joey ditched him. Mr. Preston's got plenty of allies, but none that I'm prepared to divulge. But me and Dylan, a couple, if you're on about a set of double-R mofos that used to go down and take down high-level dignitaries out in the Middle East and other undisclosed locations, then we've been doing it for years. Me and Dylan so back a long, long way. I met him in the forces. We both went through training. Was pretty much neck and neck, except for the fact that basically on shooting I always got an higher score than him by about 1. In the gym stuff, assault course, we were neck and neck, but I beat him by about a second. We both pretty much saved each other's lives out there in the stick, but I saved him one more, so he owes me a little bit. But we're not going to get into that. But me and him are bezzers, like. That's all you need to know about that. What happened was when we left the forces, I went off and did a bit of mercenary work, and Dylan went off to do close protection. That's about as much information I'm going to go, but close protection is basically security work. He tends to be a little bit more straight-laced than me when it comes to appearance, but I'm not the one to let appearance get in the way of smashing someone's face in. Dylan can handle himself, though, as you well know. He can handle himself. I hope that fills in any blanks for you. 10 people, welcome. Welcome. He told me no matter how hard you pulled your trigger, your shooting was blank. Well, no, because I would have had a blank firing adapter on for that. So if we were doing exercises, then yes, I would have been shooting blanks. But I'll have you know that my rifle shoots straight and it shoots full metal jacket. Joey ditched him. Joey ditched nothing. Joey's got his head turned by sweet talking idiots. Joey Osborne. Can't wait to put my foot through his head. He wants a lesson in loyalty, that lad. All the agency did for him. All the agency did for them. As soon as he drops the belt because he's not man enough, because he's not man enough to hold on to the title after all the help he was given. Oh, I'm running off to the other side, like defecting. You know what they do to defectors? They used to shoot them. It's treason, mate. Someone called Rebecca Louver. Who is Tenga? I hear that is your new tag team partner. Tenga. Is that like Tenga? Tenga? What, like Venga Bus? Tenga Bus? Venga? Is that what you mean? Or is this some new wrestler they've got coming into FFW? Tenga. Might have to Google that, what Tenga is. It's like a Samoan or something. No, I don't know what you're on about there. Tenga. Welcome to the 11th Watcher. Congratulations. You can ask me any question on YouTube. You can ask me any question on Facebook. Let's go to Dishonourable Dave Isaac page. Find the post where it says live stream is active. Stick a comment on there. Ask your question on there. If you can't figure out how to do it on YouTube. With regards to Tenga, Rebecca has posted, I hear it's your right hand man. Is this some fantasy you've got? Right, if anything, I work alone, right? I don't need anybody. Now, alright, me and Dylan ally up sometimes people in the agency, but when it comes to the crunch, I operate alone. Right? I can handle my own business. Anything that needs doing, I can pull it off. Myself. I'll pull it off. I don't need any help. I don't need any help to get anything done. I can pull it off, and I'll always come first as well. Where's admin? I need a drink. Admin. Admin. Admin, I need a drink. Alright, here we go. Bob Spaniels is back again. Must have to have a break from writing his blog. It's probably about a paragraph long about how he stands in the ring and gets people's where they're from wrong. Bob Spaniels, I heard about your pulling off skills, and they've put head boy in like in the Forces side. So what he's getting at is he's being a bit crude. He's saying that in the Forces I was head boy, as in I gave head. Now that is out of order, mate, because it's 8:20 on a Sunday night, and that, I believe, is before the watershed. So, you, being the broadcaster, if you like, the person that is the MC, have broken a cardinal rule. You should be very ashamed of yourself. Admin told us about you coming first too. Well, that's right. It's part of the. That's part of the thing. When you want something done, I'll get it done. And if it's a competition, I always come first. If you're second, you're first place loser, mate. Which coincidentally is probably what you're going to experience next Sunday. All being well with the medics report. But I can't see that getting in the way. See, he opened me sent up here. That's just the problem with this thing. I expect a little bit of intelligent conversation, intelligent debate, and all I get is people trying to be clever. Oh, I might be head boy in the forces. Oh, I'm dead funny. I'm Bob Spaniels. I write a blog, and I'm crap at geography. Nice one. Nice one, Bob. Any more for any more. I've lost 2 watchers because they think they've got better things to do and you haven't. Oh my god. If you're watching this, the very least you could do, if you haven't already, is get this link shared out instead of being selfish and greedy and just keeping it all to yourself, because this is gold and this has got the potential to be gold if it wasn't for your selfish act. Let's do a little bit of typing. I do apologise, I've got the noisiest keyboard in the known world. Nothing on Facebook. Nothing on Facebook. You can message on Facebook. I don't know, you're probably looking on your phones and I'm not sure how it works on that. I should really have a check. What we'll do is we'll check. We'll do a live experiment to see what's going off. So if I go to YouTube on my phone and I go to my shiz, which is street for stuff, oh dear, what, you can tell I've not done this before. Let's have a look there. What the hell is this shit? Oh, bleep that one out. Bleep that one out. Search for it. So if I search for Dave Isaac, do a search, what comes up? Oh, a million Dave Isaac. Put the prefix in there of dishonourable. Honourable. Search for that. What do I get? I get a live stream. There's 10 people watching. There's now 8 because I'm doing this. Oh, there's a live chat at the bottom. So if I press that button, slide it up, and I can chat in there. Okay. So you can do it on your phone. It's all there to do it. There's no excuse. You can ask anything you want, unless you're a technophobe. Could all FFW members please stop bullying DD? This is Fight Factory Wrestling apparently. Could all FFW members please stop bullying DDI? He wrote an email to us. He wrote a email. There's nothing that winds me up more than poor grammar. Nothing. Have you ever had a proofreading? He wrote a email. I think you find the correct term there is an email to us to complain, in brackets, cry, you're hurting his feelings. Right, that's slander because I haven't written an email. You'd have seen me typing away now. This is the same sort of conspiracy rubbish that I've had to put up with ever since coming to this outfit. Rebecca says, whatever became of the 32 henchmen, I think she means henchmen, that attacked you. Well, thanks for turning up about 15 minutes late. But basic admin, can I have a drink? Here. Thanks. Yes, please. Now, 32 henchmen. It's a known fact it was 37, and I hospitalised them. Because it's 8:30 at night, no one died, and they were all released back and extradited, sent back, sent packing. Some youth called up north of 60 Does that mean you're older than 60, or you're up north of the M60? Up north of 60. Says, what is this? Who are you? This is a live stream of Dishonourable Dave Isaac, one of the finest wrestlers at FFW, if not the finest. And you can ask me anything you want. In fact, you can answer a few questions yourself. Can you tell me the meaning of your name? That'd be quite interesting to find out. It's a little bit of to and fro in there. We've got nothing on there. That's great news. Someone called Steve, who's got a picture of Teddy Stripper as his icon, because he's obviously a cheeseball, says, can we see admin please? I hear she's a right looker. No, you can't see admin. She's unseeable. I'm going on a limb, making my own self public and put myself in the public eye. There's too many people that want hold of me. It would be fair of me to bring my admin into that risk. So no, you can't. We've been going half hour. No, we haven't. 29 minutes. Nothing on Facebook. Nothing on. Hello, if you've just joined us, I'm hoping I'll pull off the record attempt of beating 13 people watching at any one time. I'm currently on 11. What normally happens after I say that is about 4 people log off. Okay, so up north of 60 says I live north of the 60th parallel. I believe this is what we know as a smart arse. So what I'm going to do is, because I am at one with intelligence gathering, I'm going to find out what he's on about. He says I'm up north the 60th parallel. I've got a little bit of a inkling what he's on about. 60th parallel. What does that mean? Right, so he fancies himself as a little bit of a geography nerd. Right. When in doubt, go to... Oh, it's 12. This is good. Let's have a look. 60th parallel is a circle of latitude that is 6 degrees north of the Earth's equatorial plane. It's educational, this, as well as informative. It crosses Europe, Asia and the Pacific Ocean, North America and the Atlantic Ocean, although it lies approximately twice as far away from the equator as from the North Pole. The 60th parallel is half as long as the equator line. This is where the Earth bulges halfway as much as on the equator. So this dude lives 6 degrees north of the Earth's equatorial plane, which, if I have a look at a map, makes him out of this country. So are you going to give us any more information of where you're from? Because I'm getting a little bit... Oh, just a minute. This dude looks like he can handle himself in extreme climates, so I'd like to have more information from you, sir. Steve, going back to admin, says, is that because you have a banging head and we see you're punching above your weight? I ain't got an headache. And being the fittest, best looking bloke on the roster of FFW, then if that's what you're saying. Do I know you? Ditch says, "What's the crack with Eliza?" And she's your ladies' champion, isn't she? Did you not know that in your own company? What's the crack with Eliza? She's got red hair, a bit like it's cross between napalm and what comes out the back end of a surface-to-air missile. And she's your ladies' champion. Does that fill that one in for you? Rebecca's back on. You're hoping to pull off. This is before the watershed. No one wants to see that. She's being crude, but in an attempt to be crude, she spelt your. She's gone you're hoping as in you are, but she spelt it your as in it belongs to me. Poor Grandma Becca. Bob Spaniels is back. Okay, little bit of an. Oh, Bob. I will say, mate, congratulations, you're winning the most sensible question so far. If you could have a match against anyone in FFW, who would it be and why? I'll come back to that one. And anyone in FFW? We'll aim for the top. Who's the top of the pile at the minute? Robbie Splex. Yeah? Robbie Specs. Because he's got the belt, hasn't he? He's got the title. He is the heavyweight champion. Plus he come down at Louth and blindsided me after I dealt with two cheese balls. If you've seen the match, there was at one point I had to double suplex both of the idiots. And being the well-oiled war machine that I am, even that will take it out of me. And then he comes down about as soon as I've beat these cheeselets and comes out and thinks he's Billy Big Time because he gets a lucky win over me. I'd like to see him face two blokes. So, at the minute, don't get me wrong, my attention's all on Ditch. I'll take what he's got. Up north of 60, this is the dude that's joined us, and he's north of the 60th parallel. He lives in the Northwest Territories in Canada. We're going international tonight, people. International. He lives in Northwest Territories of Canada. Welcome to the stream, sir. You look like you can handle yourself in a very cold environment from what I'm looking at your profile. I'd like to get in contact with you about some winter warfare training if I may. Bob Daniels, he says, I think he meant, he's talking about what Ditch said about what's the crack with Eliza. Bob Daniels is saying, I think he meant what's Eliza's crack like. That is very, very rude, Bob. Would you have the cojones to say that to Eliza? I don't think so, because she'd rip yawn off. Strictly professional. She's a ladies' champ. We're running the same crowd. It's nothing to do with me. Ditch says, whose turn is it with her? What, I don't know. Whoever she's booked to fight next, I suppose. Whoever's going to fail at getting the ladies' champion. Just send us another one. Keep sending people up, and we'll keep smashing them out. Don't matter. Steve says, Steve's being crude again. You see, I've got a feel I know who this Steve is, but he just hides behind a pseudonym. And he's being very rude. Would I like to sniff Eliza's knickers? Now, this is something that I'd never do. But even if I did, I know for a fact she uses Lenore, and it'd be the freshest smell ever, so it wouldn't even matter. Becca says, it did annoy you. I did it to annoy you. I know you hate grammar errors. No, you didn't. Don't. Oh, I do it. I'm the funniest. Nah, no, you didn't. Willie Guns, do you think you make it rain? I do make it rain on a regular occasion. Willie Guns, and also says, I believe my guns are bigger than yours. Well, show us then. Show us Willie Guns with no profile picture, just like the blue thing, like he's just signed up, like he's just been sent here to cause some aggro. Nice sweat patches it up. Where's that then? Let's have a look. I'll use this as a mirror. Yes, it is quite hot in here. Yeah, I got a bit of sweat going on there. That's called men's sweat. In the squared circle. What, Willie Guns, you're going to have to be a bit more I believe my guns are bigger than yours in the squared circle. So outside of it, they wouldn't be, would they? Who sent you? You for real? Oh, I've got some action on face ache. Sorry, I'm neglecting that now. Too busy dealing with cheese balls. Alright, okay. Not interested. And just if you didn't already know, Seth Rollins is alright at Money in the Bank. Nice one. Oh, I see. I do beg your pardon, William Guns. You asked me to show you just for bant. Always for bant. For banter. For bants. Hashtag bants. Hashtag Archbishop of Banterbury. He's one of them cheese balls. Can we have a live measuring of the arm to prove how big yours are? Live measuring. Seeing is believing, mate. Hold on. Someone called... Right, someone called Ronnie Bohr has just commented, the first one. Ronnie Bohr says, you know what, I'll give this one, he's talking about the link I've posted. You know what, I'll give this one a butcher's hock. He means butcher's up, because that's Cockney rhyming slang for look, butcher's up, but because he's poor spelling, he's got it wrong, he's looked an idiot. I'll give this one a butcher's hock. A butcher's hock. It gets worse, I read that wrong. He spelled butcher's butchers, a butcher's hock. You complete idiot. I was planning on enjoying a night out, but interested to see what DDI gets up to when he isn't hiding within the agency. I never hide. I'm like an Exocet missile. You see me come in and there's nothing you can do about it. I don't hide. So, Ronnie Bohr, who is he? I'm going to click him. Oh, he's that Smurf looking idiot that's at FFW. Calls himself the Cockney punk Ronnie Bohr, right? And the best bit about it, he's got his Cockney rhyming slam wrong. What a cheddar. What an absolute cheddar cheese. Ha ha. Baby Bell. Talking of Baby Belson, where's that Sebastian Bellend? Oh, going back to this up north of 60, he's got quite a few videos on his YouTube channel covering several survival topics and cold weather camping in minus 30 to minus 40 degrees C. I definitely will check that out, and I definitely will be messaging you. That is what this is about. This is about networking. Because don't get me wrong, I know this ain't real. The Forces thing was good, right? That got me where I needed to be. The mercenary work got me further. Then I rein it back because I was a wanted man across the world. I'm now fighting in the squared circle as opposed to on the battlefield. And what will be after this, I don't know. I can't do this forever. But I'm getting networking done here. I can now expand my enterprise out to the Arctic. Alright, okay. Becca says Dutch's guns are bigger than yours with a winky face. Dutch's guns are bigger than yours. I believe they're not. But even if they were, do they pack a bigger punch? Mine's like a 105 howitzer. If he's talking like a broadside cannon that's got no range on it, okay, he maybe have bigger guns than me, but he ain't got the accuracy. He ain't got the punch. Willie Guns Gadosh, well done. You've got me hashtag. Becca Louver, did you just have a happy moment, DDICK? See what she's done? That she's used DDI and then put CK on there because she thinks she's being clever, and she's got that one off Sebastian Bellend, and everyone uses it like they've just made it up themselves. It just goes in. It's quite ironic because it's poor spelling of dick. Willie Gunzo camping friends gold. I'm gonna ban this idiot. He's just spamming the chat. People actually want to have a decent debate on this, and he's spamming the chat. You're on your final warning, Willie Bums. Willie Bums, you're on your final warning, mate. Prove it. I will prove I've got better punch than him. Am I not fighting him on Sunday? I'll knock him spark out. I am coming back from injury and I'll still knock him spark out. Hashtag Goodhush. Coming up to the 3/4 of an hour mark. You're live with DDI. You can ask me anything you want. You don't spam the chat though, like Willie Bums is doing. Let's have another little push of stuff. Let's see what we get back from that. 8:45. That is a 20:45 Zulu if you're working in that timescale. Nice to meet you. We're up north of 60. Thanks for sharing your vital information. I will push your channel. Ditch says, what's my favourite song? My favourite song? Depends on the mood of the day. It's quite a friendly question from Ditch there. What's my favourite song? Probably the theme from Delta Force. DDI, Bob Spound says, DDI, what are your money in the bank predictions? I predict that someone will win the money in bank ladder match, retrieve the briefcase, and then cash it in on the very same night. To romance Dale with. What's my favourite song to romance Dale? Is that what you're saying now? Is it like, oh, I'll ask him and then to romance Dale with? Do you mean Mr. Preston? The only music me and Mr. Preston make is when we're bouncing our fists off people's head to a rhythmic beat. Rest a little while so you don't get weak. I'm getting a message coming in. I believe it's coming from Miss Rebecca of FFW, that is the owner
what makes you think that the agency are in control? You're assuming I think we're in control, and that'd be a good assumption to make, being as we are in control. We are pulling the strings, and we're pretty much steering the ship where it needs to go. And if it wasn't for that, it'd be chaos. So why do I think the agency are in control? They have to be in control. Because if you was left to run it on your own, we'd have people running amok everywhere, and that is not good for business. I don't think we're going to beat the record tonight. I can't believe I had a better showing, albeit by 2 people at one time, on a Saturday night. Mind you, this time I did it last time on a Saturday night. I was half cut. Fortunately, I have things to do tomorrow. Willie Bums has posted a picture of a fish on a hook as if he's trying to insinuate the fact he's caught me and he's got a bite. Because he's spamming is how you get bites. Because he's one of these new age keyboard warriors that talks a good fight. Well done, Willie Bums. It's only took you, I'd say, about 15 minutes to find that emoticon on your phone and post it. I can't wait to find you in the squared circle, if you can find it. Miss Rebecca goes on after saying, why do I think the agency control? She says, the thing is, Manson is on my payroll and I can fire him at any point that I like. More fool you then, innit? You're going to pay him. The reason you're paying him keeping on the payroll is because you know full well if you didn't, it would be chaos and would go under. I've got Ditch now posting photos of our last meeting in Gainsborough. Where we had a Extreme Rules match. Anything went. And this picture of him is him squirting Heinz tomato ketchup, all the ketchups are available, on my forehead. Now I will admit, at the time I thought I was bleeding, but all that did was fire me up, and I think if you go back to the record books, I beat Dutch, hence why Sunday's happening. And he's absolutely right, no one does make me bleed my own blood. Nobody. Pay peanuts and you get monkeys. Hence why that Ditch is chimping about then, eh? Because he's the biggest chimp you've got. Willie Bums has just commented on YouTube. He's put CE. I'm gonna say either that's he's fell asleep on the keyboard, he's mashed at it and hit those two, or it's some kind of new age short speak that I need to Google. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do just that. And apart from the fact that it's some kind of certification for products that are sold within the European Economic Area since 1985, then I believe he's fallen asleep. Yes, he's just, yeah, he says he's got fat fingers. So my first initial thought was right. That's not a surprise. Eight people tonight. I do appreciate you tuning in, even if most of you are cheese balls. But let's face it, what else would you be doing? At least I'm giving you some purpose in your morbid, useless lives. Feel free to have your own conversation on my web chat. It's got Willy Bums and Ditch talking about where they're going to stick his fat fingers. I'm not going to talk about it because it's rude, and we're still 5 minutes before Watershed. But you can read it for yourself on the chat. Funny enough, I've just got another watcher after that. So maybe if you want to keep that chat going, I might get some more watchers. Where are Miss Rebecca? Where are the agency tonight? Knit showing you much support. Yes, fair enough. You corrected yourself. Not showing you much support. I don't need the agency to be there backing me up. All right. I'm quite happy to come on in front of 8 people and do it all myself. And how do you know that they're not there? How do you know they're not there in the shadows, watching what's happening, taking stock? But what you don't know can't hurt you, eh? Oh, I do beg your pardon, Ditch. I must be my sordid mind. When we talk about fat fingers in or out, we weren't talking about that. Ditch was asking in or out political. I believe he's alluding to the forthcoming remain in Europe or exit Europe. Am I right? Must be that. So on that respect, do I think we're better off in or out? It doesn't matter to me. It's basically what's come down to is there's not many things I like, I'll admit that. Not many people I like, but there's a lot of things I despise. And I tell you who's at the top of that list. People that used to be telling me what to do. People that never put a thread of uniform on in their lives. Not one thread of uniform, never went anywhere. Never did the time in Afghanistan. Never did the time in other Middle Eastern countries. Never spent time away from whatever family they may or may not have had. But give it that, and then politicians. Oh yeah, we know what it's like. But we'll send you there. You don't see your family. You pay you this rubbish money. Hence why you leave and go and do other work. So basically, it's one set of cheese balls. I can't say what I want to say because we're 4 minutes away from Watershed. Could have saved this question till later actually. One set of cheese balls one side, and another set of cheese balls the other side, that are arguing the toss over whether we're in or out. And I don't trust one of them. Because all it is one side slagging the other off. I'll tell you what DDR will always be. DDR will always be British. I'm much better Briton than probably anyone out there. And that's as political as I'm going to get. I'm like, I like to see myself as a modern age Sharp. If you don't know who Sharp is, Google that. Richard Sharp, fictional character, but it was all based on the Napoleonic era. Miss Rebecca, you're happy to come in front of 8 people. Look, if you want some of that, I'm sure we can sort it out in private. You just send me over some credit card details. We can arrange for that later on tonight. Alright, don't do it in public. I knew you had a thing for me. I knew it. Six people now. I think this is going downhill. Richard Sharp, Willy Bums, Richard Sharp. A very sexual theme to the live chat this evening, DDR. Right, that's because people are throwing that kind of innuendo at me. It's Bob Spaniel's part, and I think you started it. So don't come on like, oh, you've just made it sexual, and that's why. No, you started it. Right, I've got to try and steer the ship out of these mucky waters. I'm jacking my stream with innuendo. Willy Bum says, how come I can't see anything behind you? That's because it's covert ops, mate. Covert ops. You don't need to see what's behind me. Cam and concealment. Something Ditch knows very little about, because he walks around like an unwrapped Terry's chocolate orange. There isn't anything there. I know. Great gags. Great gags. You can come again. In fact, no, don't bother. Coming up to the hour, past the watershed. 7 people coming. I've just gained a watcher. Maybe they're ready for the watershed version of this. I don't envisage this running too long into the night. I don't want it to. But if the viewers come, then I will feed their thirst for knowledge. What's your thought on vegans, vegetarians, and pescatarians? Pescatarians? Do you know what? I like to think of myself as a knowledgeable person, but a pescatarian. Admin, what's a pescatarian? They'll eat fish. What, like a lesbian? Is it? Oh, it's a diet thing. So, vegans and vegetarians and pescatarians. Are we sure that's right? Yeah. Oh, okay. Person who does not eat meat but eats just the fish. Right. That then is the lesser of 3 evils. The lesser of 3 evils, right? A pescatarian is getting a source of protein from a living thing, isn't it? A sentient being. Is that a good word for it? Yeah, from a sentient being. So, lesser of 3 evils, you've just parked at me there, Ditch. At least they're getting some a decent source of protein. Then you've got your vegetarians and your vegans. Now, your vegetarians finally keep themselves to themselves. So these cheese balls don't want to eat meat, but from what I'm led to believe, they will eat eggs and cheese. Yeah. So, bit of a cheese fan myself, to be honest. If you didn't know. So the vegetarian, yeah. Not for me. But vegans now. I said like the pescatarian is the lesser of the 3 evils. The vegan. Where you going to get a decent source of protein? I'll tell you what they'll say: pea protein, and I'll say pea off. How can you eat animals? How can you eat animals and all that? Sentient, innit? Sentient being. How can you eat animals, sentient beings and all that? How can you eat all their food stuff? And all I'm going to say is it's past 9 o'clock. I do apologise if the kids are still up, if there's any kids on here, but I'm going to swear. Yes, I can do. Food chain, motherfucker. Right? Food chain. Now, we're at the top of the food chain. Do you know why we're at the top of the food chain? Tools. Right? We made tools. We discovered that we can got opposable thumbs. We can pick up tools. Those tools evolved as we did. So, we are top of that food chain. We should be eating meat. I'm getting on a bit of a rant here. But as far as I'm concerned, do what you want, but don't talk to me about it. Willy Bums, what's your most spec op mission back in the day? What you're going to ask me next, what my body count is? Well, if it's my most spec op mission, do you not think I'm sworn to secrets there? Do you not think there's an official secrets act that I have to adhere to still to this day? I'm going to tell you, mate, you'll have nightmares. You'll be going to bed crying tonight. And if I had a conscience, that'd bother me, but it don't. I did have a message off Miss Rebecca. This is alluding to the fact that I called Ditch an unwrapped terrace chocolate orange, but he's not brown. An unwrapped chocolate orange is brown. He's defo white. I don't know I'm bringing race into it. I meant the foil when the foil's unwrapped and it looks a mess. But you'd know. He's brown. I've also heard some stories from the locker room that some of his tights have been brown as well. But let's not go into that. What would you say dies a more horrific death? This is Ditch. What would you say dies a more horrific death? Cattle or fish who suffocate? Now, for me, a horrific death. Are we talking about to go into the food chain, to go into our food supply? Can you clarify for that, me please? Are we talking about? Because I got fields in my new location. So if I was to take a 50 caliber Barrett Light 50 sniper rifle and shoot a cow in the field, that'd be horrific because it'd explode. But if you're talking about putting it into the food chain, as in an abattoir or whatever, then that's two different kettles of fish and fish who suffocate. Now, on that note, you're talking about a fish suffocating. I've heard that if you were to drown, that is you get to your euphoric feeling. A feeling of euphoria when you drown. Not that I wanna. I don't know. Maybe when my time does come, maybe drowning is the preferred method. I don't know. But that's what I've heard. So I suppose when it comes to cattle or fish, I think fish has the least horrific death. Whether or not that cattle has been shot by a 50 caliber sniper rifle, or has been offed by a bolt through the head in the abattoir, ready for the food chain. Yes, for the food chain. I still think it's the fish. I think the drowning fish, because that's what the fish is doing. It drowns, doesn't it? Its gills fill with. Willy Bum says I'm a bully because I've told him some own truth. That makes me a bully. It's past the watershed now, Willy. You need to go to bed. Any more for any more? Very spiritual. I am very spiritual. You will do when you've dealt with this much bloodshed in your life. Sometimes you do get a bit spiritual, but that's as spiritual as I'm getting. Don't ask me. Don't do it. I know what Ditch is doing. Don't do it. Don't ask me. Okay, fish or fans watching your matches. Shall I put two and two together and think what you're on about? Out of the FFW roster, who would be the best choice to join the forces? Me. I was the best soldier in the world. Links Dutch says, your buddy Eliza is a pescatarian. What? Fish? Well, that explains a lot, that does. I thought it was a kit bag. I thought it was a kit bag and she'd not washed stuff, but that makes more sense. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for shedding that. Thanks for shedding that light. Even, arch enemies, but you're helping me out in a way. Do you believe you're a little seasoned to be joining the forces? How old do you think I am, Willie Bums? Because you're wrong. Because you are wrong. Haha. And that, mate, is how many times I'm going to punch you square in the face next time I see you. As opposed to 40 stone on a good day, eh? Miss Rebecca says, are you saying she needs Vagisil? No, I think Ditch said that earlier. Trying to twist my words. Willie Bums is spamming again. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, Willie. Well, it's I must say, starting to taper off a little bit, isn't it? Has everyone run out of great bants, as they like to call it? I might have to go for a comfort break, shall I say? Oh no, it's 9:10. I might have to go for a piss. I'll be honest, I might have to go for a piss. But in the meantime, please enjoy my logo smack bang in the middle of the page as a face holder. And 3, 2, 1. We're back in the room. Let's get that nice and neat. Apologies, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. Alright, here we go. There's some action happening now. I'm gonna go to Facebook. Okay. It's a good mic, that. That's a good mic. Becky Lou, yes, this is still on. Got 9 people watching. Miss Rebecca says she heard me drop the toilet seat. Where are you hiding? Told you, if you want to see it, you pay on the credit card. Willy Bums, what's the biggest manhole you've ever had to hide yourself in while in operation? Biggest manhole. It's not my first preferred method of hiding, I'll be honest. I don't just jump into any manhole. If it had to be a manhole, it wouldn't just be any manhole. Normally like to be quite a secure, snug manhole. Reason being is it might be a long drop, so I don't want to disappear down if I need to get back out again. So I like to like force against the sides, if you like. I like to know I'm there. But a manhole wouldn't necessarily be my preferred choice of hideout. Ditch says, so back to who you want to face. We have signed our contract, but with Miss R watching, who else you can make it happen? Who do I want to face? Who's worth my time? Who is worth my time? Because one time a day, you make me face Teddy, and I think you must have got bored of me smacking his face in. So then I've had a bit of a bout with Tommy Tippy and his great mate Teaspoon Snot. Who would I want to face? I'll tell you who I'd like to smack in the face. That slapless bloke. What a clown. Mind you, I've heard he's crocked, so that's probably not going to happen. Oh, hold on. There's some more action going off on it. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Go to bed, please, Willy Bums. You're doing my head in. Someone called Chantel Wass says, I've heard he hides in many manholes, occasionally one after the other, needs must and all that. Be very, very careful, so-called Chantel Wass. Be very, very careful. Manson's manhole, as far as I know, Manson does not have a manhole that is accessible. Oh, I've had a message sent from it's been relayed to me. Okay, so you know I went for a piss earlier. Well, don't you hate it when you go for a piss and it turns into a shit? Now, what's happened is I've gone for a piss and I've come back to a shit, a big piece of shit, and that big piece of shit is someone called Joey Osborne, and he has relayed a message because he can't be bothered to come and do it face to face or on this platform now, saying that if I keep running my mouth, he's going to punch me in it. That's rich. That's rich, isn't it? That's rich coming from someone that spouted his mouth off, getting it the big un, and then got dropped. And as soon as he got dropped that title, he got dropped out of the agency, and now it's sour grapes. You punch me in my mouth, mate. You won't know I'm coming, and when I do come, yeah, you'll be flat out, mate. Square. I want to come at you, squaring you, right from the back, fucking flatten you down, bang, 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 done. Try and find my mouth then when you're crawling around. It's pronounced Voss. She is German. Oh, is she? She looks familiar. Straight from the SS. Oh, Gestapo. Is she Gestapo? Here we go. Where are people? Oh, poor old Becky Lou. She's messaging on Facebook because she doesn't know how to do it on YouTube. Becky Lou, do you have your YouTube app open on your phone? Is that how you're watching it? Because you should be able to access the chat from there. If not, don't worry. You can chat to me via what you are doing now. You can chat to me on that platform you're using now if you wish. If anything, I am accessible at this point in time. So Miss Rebecca says, so you're going to come on him whilst he's down from behind. That's illegal. If that's the case, why are you so fond of it? Or are you just a rule breaker? Are you just one of these rule breakers? Lives life on the edge? Joey Osborne. I'm sure we'll see more of each other. What an absolute cheeseball. I'll tell you what, Ditch. If Miss Rebecca is looking to make stellar matches, stick me in one with that idiot. Stick me in one with Joey Osborne. I'll knock his face off. Someone's come on. Rebecca says Joey Osborne would kick you ass, and she's corrected herself. I'm gonna call out spelling mistakes on that chat. It's no excuse. It's proofreading. Joey Osborne would kick your ass. He might get a lucky foot on my ass, but I will get quite a few fists on his face. Mr. Badass, Mr. Badassy can. Mr. Badassly can. I can't. Just a minute. I will get to your comment in a minute, but I'm trying to figure out what that says. Mr. Badass. Mr. Badass Lycan. I would love to see that match just to see how many ways he can break you. I'd love to see how to pronounce your name properly. That's what I'd love to do. And again, you're entitled to your opinion, and you're entitled to be wrong all you fucking want. Becky Lou says, yes, I'm using the app, but would like to see the comments. Can't see how to comment on YouTube. Would you ever do a program naked and afraid? Do the program naked and afraid. I'm going to say, I've misread that. Naked and afraid. I don't know what that is. Naked and afraid. What does that mean? Am I required to be naked and afraid? Because one of them I'll never be. I'm afraid of nothing. Nothing. I might Google that. See, I'd never pretend to know everything. But I have resources. American reality series that is on Discovery Channel. The 5th season premieres Sunday. And what's the premise of it? Let's have a look. Each episode chronicles the lives of 2 survivalists, one female male, who meet for the first time and are given the task of staying in the wilderness naked for 21 days. After they meet in the assigned locale, the partners must find or produce water, food, shelter and clothing within the environment. Who's my partner? Who is my partner? For that naked and afraid question. Who am I partnered up with? Miss Rebecca says I need to prove myself before I would put you in a match. You need to prove yourself before I put you in a match with Mr. Osborne. How does smacking your husband's face in sound? Will that be enough proof? What about smacking Teddy Stripper about your golden boy? Is that enough? What about smacking Tommy Tippy and Teaspoon Snot about? Is that enough? But alright, I'll keep jumping through your hoops, because apparently I've got to prove myself. Whatever. Don't think I've not been through this bullshit before. It's exactly what happened in the forces. It's exactly why I sparked an officer, right? So it's exactly why I got kicked out. Keep trying. How about we book Bob Spaniel's Peter Pan versus DDI and a partner of your choosing? Lost Ring Announcers versus the DDI CKS. Again, congratulations on picking up that one put down that someone come up with ages and everyone jumps on it. Don't worry about making your own up for someone that speaks in public. Bob Spaniels wants a match between... Tell you what, Bob, I'll take you and Peter Pan on Miss N. But if I must have a partner, then yes, I will take Dylan. Me and Dylan, I'd love that. The thing is, you wouldn't be able to carry on doing what you're both doing, and in a way, that's bad for business. As much as I hate to say it, but if you want to put yourself in that scenario, do it, mate. Rebecca Jones says it has to be a female. Oh, this must be Rebecca Lou off the Facebook. It has to be a female as your partner, or one with survival skills. Miss Rebecca would be good at it. Miss Rebecca would love to be in a wilderness naked with me, but I've told her she needs to put it on the credit card. Dylan isn't a female. Whoops. Who's this apparent Mr. Badass? Let's do a little bit of looking. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. So I believe your name is what they call ironic. Let me do a little bit of googling, because you, sir, have just stepped into a pile of shit you didn't ought to have done. Oh my god. It's like do you know when Christmas comes round a bit earlier than you expect, and you think, oh, I've got to do my Christmas shopping again, and it's a ball ache, and I've got to go out, I know, and queue and go to Boots and get all the 3 for 2s because it's a massive headache. But then you think, yeah, but then I get the time off. I get to drink myself into a stupor. Mr. Badass Lycan has just brought that side of Christmas for me, because he's trying to be very clever and quite demeaning towards me and my crew. And his name is Mr. Badass Lycan. Now, a Lycan I quote, is a creature affected by the mythical affliction of lycanthropy. A mythical thing. So he's a badass at this mythical thing. Dear me. You've got some balls, I'll give you that. So you're a badass mythical werewolf? A werewolf or like a magical or human with the ability to shapeshift. So this dude apparently can shapeshift into a werewolf. From a male. From a human man, and he's badass at it. Badass. A badass shapeshifting werewolf. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Similar creatures involve vampires and ghosts. It says his origin is European. His abilities are superhuman speed, superhuman endurance. He's got the healing factor, superhuman strength, immortality. So maybe I shouldn't mess with him. He says he's immortal, and he's got night vision. Now you see, I have to buy kit for night vision when I go on ops. You have to buy that in because this day and age in a modern battlefield, a pair of night vision goggles when you do conduct most of your ops at night is essential. Well, this dude's got it built in, and he shapeshifts into a werewolf, and he can crawl up walls, and he's immortal. And he's got superhuman agility, and he's badass as well. He's not only can do all that, but he's badass. Does that mean that you've got a bit of an attitude, or does it mean you shit yourself on a regular occasion? Because everyone's got a bit of a weakness. Because there's no weaknesses in that list, is there? So is it you've got all that and you shit yourself? Is that what the badass bit is? How droll. Joey said... Right, I've had a message relayed. I know it's past watershed, I'm not going to say it. Because I'm better than that. It's past watershed. I'm not going to say the see you next Tuesday word. But Joey has said that I'm a mouthy see you next Tuesday. Is that not pot kettle and all that blackness? Someone says no one wants to see Miss Rebecca naked. I think you'll find there's a list of people that want that. I've had requests. What survival tool would you take? A bag of cheese balls. That's not a tool, is it? Rebecca Jones trying to be clever, trying to use my catchphrases. She says for this naked and afraid thing where I'm going into. Have we established who I'm going into the jungle with yet? What survival tool would I take? A bag of cheese balls. Well, that's food source, isn't it? So a tool, I would not take a food source as my tool. I thought the fact was that you'd have to go looking for food. If you're going to be funny, at least make sure there's no holes in your argument. Bob Spaniel's here, Dutch does. Oh, okay. Yeah, feel free to have your own conversation. Rebecca Jones, I want to see her naked. Is it? Oh, yeah. Again, feel free. Willie Bum says DDI is a tool. Again, he's fair play to him. It's half an hour past his bedtime, and he's trying his hardest to be the Archbishop of Banterbury, the Bantosaurus Rex, and he's from Bantanamo Bay. Oh, the badass Lycan's back. He says, I thought tools were useful. You thought right. Got any more? Got any more brain busters for us? Got any more gems of information there? Been gone a while. Did you shapeshift? Did you shapeshift, crawl up a wall, and then shit your pants? Is that what happened? Hashtag king of band. Willy Bum says he's the king of band. King and out. Long live the king, mate. The king is dead. Well, I feel like we've taken enough of your time up, and you've definitely taken enough of my time up, so if there's nothing more pressing you'd like to know, I'm probably going to terminate this stream at this point. I'm going to give you till 35. No, I'm going to give you 1 minute 30. I do realise there's a delay on it. So when my clock gets to 1 minute 34, 1 hour 36 minutes, and there's nothing. Yes, FFW do sell their own protein shakers. I do have one. It's in the dishwasher. Who won your t-shirt last week? Ow. Yes, good thing bringing up, because this video will be available after the stream. My supplier on the t-shirt side, I was going to run a competition. I literally got an email that day saying they've gone out of business. I need to find a new supplier for DDI t-shirts, which is a pain in the nuts, but I am on it. As soon as I'm on it, I will continue that competition, and the first person that wins that will have the only person to have the new style DDI t-shirt. Thought about getting a t-shirt that fits, Spaniel says. None of them fit 'cause I'm too massive. Willy Bum says, are there any plans for you at a title shot? Well done for keeping up, William. Well done for keeping up with current affairs. It really is past your bedtime, mate. Is he for real? Ten people watching. It almost seems a shame to get off. Think of a tool to take for a survival show. Can it be any tool I want? I want to take it as any tool I want, as soon as you've not stipulated as in it. Okay, I'm taking a L85A2 weapon system with the underslung grenade launcher and the bayonet fitted, because that's one tool, and a full set of PLC webbing of ammunition, about 4 30mm grenades for the underslung launcher, and a bandolier of loose rounds as well. That should do me. Is that alright? And my partner can have a bottle opener. Usually people take a fire starter and a knife. Well, they're idiots then, aren't they? They're idiots. Because basically, with one of the loose bullets, I can flip that open with a bayonet. I've got the gunpowder in there. I can make the spark off a piece of flint. There's my fire. The weapon's for killing people. The bayonet, stabbing folk, cutting my food up. See, that's why I survive. That's why these idiots won't survive. Go and take me out to find your partner. Take me out. Is that like take me out? Like what hitmen do? Like snipe you. Take them out. Or you're talking about that dating show where you got lights and you press the lights. They did apply to go on that once, but they said they did canvass the cast beforehand, and no one had turned the light out. It wouldn't be fair to choose, so I didn't do it. Watch the show. I'm hooked. Probably won't, Rebecca, but thanks for the recommendation. Facebook's dried up. That's because Rebecca's on here asking all the mint questions. It's a shame you can get on earlier. Mind you, would you have been pissed up off wine earlier to ask all these questions? That's what I've got to sum up. Would you have been that pissed up off wine to ask me these questions earlier? Willie Bum says, are you sure they didn't say I was too old? I'm not too old to smash your teeth down your throat. Can you present Fight Factory weekly? Bob Spaniel says. Can I do it? Have I got the ability to do it? Yes. Yes, I've got the ability to do it. Can I do it to a high standard? Yes, I can do it to a high standard. Can I do it better than some people can? Yes, I can do it better than most people can. Will I get the opportunity? Probably not. Why would you? You'd say, why would you give him the opportunity? That's common sense. Exactly. It's not common, is it? Now there's a conversation going off. Rebecca Jones is getting the snog, marry and murder. She's got DDI Ripper and Miss Rebecca. She's got to snog one, marry one and murder one. I'm waiting on that one. It's a tough one. Snog, marry, murder. She's got myself, Teddy, and Miss Rebecca to choose between. Snog, marry, murder. My opinion on Peter Pan, Mick Raisin and Bob Spaniels and Fight Factory Wrestling Weekly. Peter Pan, I've not seen him in a while, but that's probably due to the fact I've been injured and he's been otherwise engaged. He's a little scrote bag. However, and as much as I hate to say it, he runs his mouth in a very effective way. Bob Spaniels. I sat next to him a couple of times as he's requested me to be his co-commentator, and I can't knock him for that choice. Apart from his geography being absolutely appalling, he looks the part, he does the job. Mick Raisin, I've not seen an air of him. He just appears on this weekly show. You sometimes hear him. He's never once sat me down. He's never once wanted to hear what I've got to say. Basically, he's scared. Because I am the package. Rebecca Jones, she'd snog Rebecca. I think I'd have to marry Ripper, which might turn to murder with his snoring. So can I just snog Rebecca for a while? I like her boobs. Boob envy. Oh, again, feel free to have your own. Where do I fit into that snog, marry, murder then? DDI, snog, marry, murder. Preston, Manson, Eliza. Um. Ah, it's a difficult one. Snog, Marry, Murder, Preston Manson, Eliza Rue. I'd probably snog. I snog Mr. Preston, seems about the same height. I'd marry Mr. Manson for his money. Eliza's going to have to get murdered. Because I'll just take the belt, I'll take the title off her. No offence. Just thinking of logistics, you know. Who's Tenga? Is it some Samoan we've got coming in? The Tenga bus is coming and everybody's jumping. New York to San Francisco, an inner city disco. I think that will wrap up tonight's proceedings. We've got an hour and 45 minutes. I think I'm going to blow the whistle. So, thanks for sticking with it. I am coming back. I am coming back from injury. I am coming back from a unknown illness. You will see me on Sunday amongst other extremely talented individuals and a load of cheese balls to boot. Should be great. Get down to Birchwood, get your tickets beforehand. Don't wait till the day, because that's poor timekeeping and you'll just end up like Ditch, who's poor timekeeper. Don't be that person. Again, thanks for commenting. Some of you are idiots, others are less, but you're still an idiot but less idiot. Thanks for the Facebook comments, it's been great. Next time I'd like to run this stream with a lot more notice, but it was off the cuff. I've relocated, I've had to get my gear set up, all my technology needed to be booted up and tested, and with it being so close to the show, I wanted to get this squared away as quickly as possible. It's not been too bad, but it's still been a bit shit, and I mean that on a viewing side of things, but hopefully with a bit more heads up we can improve. Again, Willy Bums, you're going to have to go to bed, mate, because I know you're keen, like a dog, like a little puppy that keeps jumping up. I know you're keen, but I'm going to have to blow the whistle. Thanks a lot. Keep it real. Goodush.